Alright, welcome back for another episode. If you didn't catch the last one, I veered away from the van and I decided to convert my daily driver into a car camper to temporarily go camping more often as I get the van build done. This is the backseat platform where my mattress will fold out onto. Eventually I will get a closet or a storage system going here, as well as underneath the platform. This tote usually is my camping supplies, so I just decided to put the whole thing in the trunk. The mattress will be laid out, pillow. Well, we made it to the campsite. This is going to be home for the night. It isn't a terrible view. Down right here is going to be our campfire, our picnic table, and then my bedroom, bed, living space, all in one. Not too sure you can see it, but right there, not the tree, but just past it, is the main selling point for some hikers here. It's Mount Baldy. I've been up there a few times. I'm not gonna do it tonight. I got here later than I thought. It's about 4:30, so I only have about an hour left of daylight. Because these grooves right here are all bent, I really can't lower the rack closer to the fire. I'm not too sure if it's close enough to boil water, but I'm gonna try it and hopefully it works. Alright, so like the big brain genius I am, I didn't bring any measuring cups. So all the instructions, gonna have to wing it. This is a butane or propane stovetop. I got that because when I try to find butane, it's not always a hit. When I try to find propane, it's not always a hit. So increase your targets, hopefully you get a hit. Alright, I'm gonna go with the easy one first, the green bean casserole. I'm just gonna use the campfire to just keep it warm. I noticed it's getting darker than I thought it would be, so I did bring lights. I'm gonna go ahead and set that up right now. The green beans are pretty much done. I'm gonna transfer to this tin. I'm gonna put it in this tin and then put it on the campfire to stay warm. I'm just gonna cover this and then put it by the campfire. Alright, next up is the mashed potatoes. I don't have a measuring cup, but I do have a mug. Hopefully this is about 8 ounces. And it's asking for 2, so 2 cups. Hopefully, you know, hopefully my guesstimation is correct. Alright, 1 and 2, hopefully. Alright, let's get that to a boil. And for now, I think that's pretty much it. I really can't cook anything else. My stovetop is busy. Campfire is warming up the green beans. But I do want to start the campfire. Where's the fork? All right, let's try to stir it and see how it gets. All right, the mashed potatoes ended up a lot better than I thought. Now I'm working on the stove top stuffing. All right, so my butter and water is coming to a boil. All right, last but not least is the gravy. This should be the simplest one. I cleaned up a little bit. So the GoPro died, so I'm using the phone. It might have those little black lines because the frequency of the lights, I think. I'm taking a seat, enjoying the dinner. The fire's dying down. It's starting to get pretty cold. I don't know if I already set this, but it's supposed to get down to 37 tonight. I think right now it's about 47, 48. It's only 6:30, so it's only gonna get colder. But I'm gonna eat this real quick and then get bundled up in the car. I'll see you there. Alright, so made it into the car after eating dinner. There's the leftovers. I haven't made any window coverings. That is just the one from Walmart that you can get. That is, I borrowed it from the van build. Really, there's no one really here, so I didn't mind too much. But I'm gonna watch a couple episodes of Last Kingdom, and I'll catch you in the morning. Alright, just got up. Oh, just got out of bed. I woke up a little while ago, but the bed was too comfortable, so I stayed and slept in a bit. It's 8:27, which is a little later than I wanted to get out. So I'm gonna show you the temporary setup that I have for now. Some things that I should change. So this is how it was set up. I was obviously laying head first here, feet in the trunk. I prefer it that way, but I'm gonna scoot it up a little further to give my legs a little more breathing room down here. I had the Volt power station charging the laptop while I was using it, and the lights. I wanted like a little end table, so when I sleep I could put like the laptop, maybe a fan, but I don't plan on keeping the tote here. This is just for storage for my camping supplies that goes in my closet. I'll probably eventually build an end table that will bolt into the frame. Maybe push it a little further back because there is some lost space here that I don't really use. And with the current setup, I do want to get a bed sheet. This is just an extra blanket that I had, comforter that was substituted for the sleeping bag. But there's a lot of dead space here. Like, I don't have anything here, don't have anything to the right. Now it makes it easy for packing, but I do want to utilize majority of the space, so I feel like I'm being productive in the build. But now I'm just gonna go probably down to the water, maybe go on a hike. I'm gonna make my way back to the car, try to find a restroom. All right, with that walk, I'm gonna close out the video. The only thing left is to find a restroom and find a dumpster, and I'm not gonna keep you for that. So I'll see you in the next episode, whether it be a car camping video, van build, or van camping. Hopefully I get that done soon.